Hi guys, I'm gonna do a first time video today of I've seen quite a few YouTubers doing it at the moment, so I thought I'd give it a shot. So here are my first times for just general things in life. So read from my list. My first word. I briefly remember having a conversation with my mum years ago about my first word, and I think it was daddy. I'm pretty sure it was because when you're little, that's probably most babies' first words, either one of the parents or food. And I wish it was food. You know, just like you're just laying there in your little bed and you're like, sausage roll is your first word. That would be mint. Just saying. My first teddy, it was a little dog called Alfie. My grandma and granddad got me it when I was a baby, and I've still got it now. It's very important teddy to me, even though most of my teddies I just really just chuck away in a cupboard. But this teddy in particular, I absolutely love, and it's got me through hard times. I don't remember calling it Alfie, but that's apparently what I called it. So hey ho. My first celebrity crush. I kind of remember having a poster of David Beckham on my wall when I was about 4. Maybe not 4, maybe a little bit older. 5 or 6. I don't understand why it would be David Beckham because I don't find him attractive. Well, he's okay, but he's not like somebody that I'd be like gawping over or like follow every day, like or stalk them on the internet. Not that I do that. But I don't know why it would be him because I don't watch football, but David Beckham is the first one that I remember, so I'm going to have to go with David Beckham. My first boyfriend. My first boyfriend I remember in reception there was this little boy that, like, I think he liked me, but I didn't like him, or I didn't know that he liked, or I just didn't feel the same way. And he bought me a pillow when I left reception because I moved schools to a different area. But I don't think he was my first boyfriend, so it would have to be in year 1. I went out with a boy called Dylan, who I went on I can't remember dog. I went out with him for 6 years on and off all the time. It was like Ross and Rachel from Friends. It was like 1 minute we weren't going out, 1 minute we were, and we was a very hormonal couple. Say we were only 7, but we went out from year 1 to beginning year 6. Year 7. I think that would have to be my first boyfriend. Well, that's the one that I remember, whether it wasn't. So sorry if you was actually my first boyfriend. I didn't say it was you, but I've had quite a lot of boyfriends because I used to be a bit of a slut in primary school. I've gotten over that. I'm settling down now. My first job would have to be the place I'm working at now, which is Next, a clothing store in England, which is quite a high fashion range thing. I don't know. I've done quite a lot of modelling and photography for years, like 6 years, 5 years. You could count that as my first job because I did get paid, but if we're going to go with like a regular income, like steady pay, I'd have to go with Next because that's the one I'm working at now. So that's my first job. My first concert, it would have probably been either a Steps or a Tweenies concert, which were both like kiddie bands. But if we're going for the concerts that I remember, it would either have to be Girls Aloud or Kylie Minogue. I used to be into pop and really, really poppy stuff when I was younger, and all girl bands and wanting to be in one and wanting to be a singer and all this stuff. My imagination's crazy. So it'd either have to be one of them, I think. Well, that's what I remember. My first pet, I had 2 goldfish called Jack and Vera, which if you're English and watch soaps, which is like drama series, there was 2 people in that called Jack and Vera, and I named my goldfish Jack and Vera when I was about 2, which actually, come to think of it, I don't think I was naming my pets, because one, on my stuffed animals, because one, if I was a newborn baby, I could not name my dog animal thing Alfie. I wouldn't know that word. And 2, I wouldn't be watching soaps when I was about 2 years of age. So I think my mum's either been naming these things or someone else, because I surely would not name my goldfish Jack and Vera. I mean, come on. Sparkle or something interesting, not Jack and bloody Vera. And they had a very tragic deaths. My mum bleached them by accident when she was cleaning out the bowl and flushed them down the toilet. So, which was accidental, but she's really a fish killer. Never got over that. My first text today. We will have a look. Let me find my phone. Right. So, it was from my stepdad saying, "What time you home? Do you have your key?" So my reply, I don't know. So that was my first text today. My first holiday, where's my pen? My first holiday was to either Spain or Greece. I'm pretty sure it was Spain, because that's probably the one I've been to the most, because it's still only 2 hours away. I've been to other places, but I'm going to go with Spain. I think I went with my mum and dad on holiday just before they got divorced, and I cut my head open. So it was a very dramatic holiday. So it was one that I will always remember. My first kiss would have to be with the boy I mentioned earlier, my first boyfriend, Dylan. No, I'm not sure if it was him, but I'm gonna go with him, because he was the one that I went out with the most when I was younger. So I'm gonna have to go with Dylan. It would have been a proper kiss, but yeah, I think it was him. And kisses when you were younger used to be so awkward. It'd be like all your friends would gather and they'd be counting to 3 till you could kiss, and like 1, 2, 3, kiss, and you'd just be really embarrassed. So I'm guessing my first kiss was very embarrassing, and one that I would not want to remember anyway. My first broken bone would be my wrist. When I was about 2, maybe younger, I thought it'd be a good idea to climb up the side of my cot and throw myself on the floor, which did not work out well. I had to wear a pop for a while, and I've been an adrenaline junkie ever since. Not. Those were the high life days. My first piercing was my ears. I probably won't get anything else pierced because I'm a scaredy cat, because I don't like unnecessary pain. I've got quite a high tolerance for pain, but I'm not saying that I will do everything, like get my belly button pierced and my cheek pierced like Amanda Bynes. I'm not crazy. But I am going to get a tattoo soon, so good luck to myself with that. It could be interesting. My first best friend, I've been friends with a boy called Will ever since I was about 3. We've been really, really close, and we still are now when I'm 16. And I don't remember the first friend that was a girl that I had, because I get on with boys better than girls. All my friends tend to be boys, because girls just bicker and fight about stupid stuff, and they're more dramatic, it's more hormonal. But I've had a friend called Amy for quite a few years, and she knows me, I know her well. We know everything about each other pretty much, and she's the one that I go to about anything. So I'd say she's my first proper best friend, would have to be Amy Morris. She'll be watching this now going, "That's me!" My first phone would have to be something really lame and brick-like with massive buttons so blind people can text on them. It'll be something like a £10 phone, or cheap. It won't have been high class like my iPhone. My first love would have to be my boyfriend now, because I've settled down now. My wild ways have gone. I've been going out with him for over a year, and so I kind of think that I love him. He's called Oliver, and yeah, I think he's the first boy that really gets me, and that like we connect and we click and we bounce off each other, and it's just right and it feels comfortable. So I think he's my first love. But you always think you've been in love before, don't you? When you're little and you're like, oh, I love him. After like holding hands with him for the first time, you're in love. Really nice when people do that, when they're like, oh, I love you, after like a week of going out with each other. No, you don't, love. It's really irritating. You don't know anything about him. Really irritates when they do that. But yeah, I'm definitely in love for the first time ever, and hope to be forever with the same boy. And my first school trip, for the final question, would have to be a trip to Hornsey, which is a seaside resort in England. And I remember the girls, it was with school, and I remember the girls having their own little dorms in like a cabin, and the boys having their own little section. We weren't allowed to go into each other's rooms, you know, because we're like so into the opposite sex at 5. Well, not 5, about 7. But anyway, and remember us all being really scared and not sleeping because there was this story about this woman, this blue lady woman that was haunting the place. So no one slept, and my friend Alison got punched in the night, and there was blood all over the sheets, and we thought it was the ghost. My imagination is crazy. So that was my video, and I hope you all really enjoyed it. And do your first time videos, or if you want to comment and give me some of your suggestions for another video, go ahead.